my reaction was, oh good, we have a script, because we for a lot of the time, the only thing that's really not changed is the title. This is the way Marvel roll in many of their films. Origin stories less so, and the big superhero sort of ensemble cast. The Avengers, for example, I wasn't part of all of it, so I only saw my piece. But this is the normal way of doing things, and I found it challenging. I mean, in a good way. I like a challenge. I like to roll up my sleeves of the day. It keeps me fresh. But yeah, I didn't quite get the feeling that hopefully I'll get when I watch it whole in the audience on Monday night at the premiere here, which will be, oh, that is the script, there is the film. Because it changes so much, even in post, It's amazing. These guys don't leave it alone. They are constantly in the workhouse trying to make it better, all the time. That we're stronger together than alone, really. That's kind of the arc he goes on in this film. That's his journey of discovery. And look, it's a very crowded marquee, but the way that happens in the action of the movie is pretty thrilling and unique, and to do with the multiverse, but also various other issues and things that occur. So I like that. We saw this man trapped in a gilded cage of his own making, doing things for the prestige, for his career, for his ego as a surgeon, having all of that taken away from him and discovering a cause, a greater cause for a greater good for others that required personal sacrifice and devotion. But what we see in this film is he's still driven by this idea that he can do it all, that he can still control everything. Whereas as a surgeon, it was holding the knife. Now it's magic, but it's the same thing. It's about the person rather than the ability, and that's something he definitely needs to evolve. And that's great, because I think the standalone tropes of the character, his humor, his wit, his frailty, his arrogance, his pliability, I would say as well. He's very adapting to circumstance, and he learns still. All of those things are there. Those trademark elements of his character are there, but they all get shifted around a bit in the storm of this film. For me, this film explores the idea not only of the multiple facets of personality through other versions of Strange, but also the choices we make and the outcomes of those choices. And to just kind of paint one as good or bad, I find is a little simplistic, and hopefully the film touches on that. It's about taking a path, making a choice, and the great thing about playing those out on a fantastical scale, like the multiverse, is that you really get to see what the alternate outcome could have been, or might still be, who knows. And to castigate that as good or bad, I don't know, you have to see. We all have to make compromises in our lives at times. We'll do things we regret, and we also right wrongs and make amends for those mistakes. So it's very much exploring those themes through the sort of prism of a superhero movie. I mean, I wouldn't put it up there with kind of, the higher rating of horror. It's definitely the scariest Marvel film, and there'll be some trademark Sam Raimi moments of schlock horror, as well as jump scares, and they'll keep you on the edge of your seat, and darker themes than we've had before, I think, in many ways. So yeah, there's a lot to enjoy from that point of view, tonally, and yeah, it's just also within that you've got this extraordinary thing of the multiverse opening up. So it's a very interesting canvas for horror to be played out on.